Hi guys, it's Katie and I have a garden update for June. It's June 17th and it's like 90 degrees outside. And I tie-dyed some of my diapers. I'll show you those in just a second. I'm over here by the grapes and I don't know. These grapes always have problems. Something's eating the leaves. There's some beetle there. And then the grapes themselves, they don't look great. There's something going on here. I don't know too much about the grapes. These are my husband's, so I'll have to ask him, see what's going on. It's vining all over the place, all up back there on the fence, but just never seem to get good grapes. I'll come over here and show you the diapers. I looked on YouTube and learned how to do all these different patterns. So this is like the spider, and then this is down there is just folded up, like fan folded, and then this one over here is the classic spiral, and then that one in there I just scrunched up, sprayed dye all over it. And that kit was supposed to do 15 t-shirts and I ended up doing just 4 diapers. So I'm gonna get some more dye, probably just get straight dye and dye some more, because that was a lot of fun. This is the lettuce bed. The lettuce is all pulled out, it's done, it's got too hot. And I put in some spinach, which is probably too late in the year for spinach, but figured since I'm making all those green smoothies, I'd like to grow some spinach. Pepper plants, still really small. They have some fruit on them. Probably should go through and take all the fruit and all the flowers off and let the plants establish, but it's really hard to do that. My Swiss chard, I took a bunch off this and we had it for dinner last night. And then I don't know what that is. It looks like a butterfly cocoon. Oh, come on, focus. Here we go. That's what that looks like. Anyway, continuing on. Let's see. We'll go down here. My husband's garden, since we're down here. It's just a big weedy mess. He put the asparagus back here. We got asparagus crowns, so hopefully we'll get a lot of asparagus. We usually just get a few because we have just these 2 little plants that he started from seed, so they've just been establishing and establishing. But maybe next year we'll actually have a good harvest of asparagus. That's lettuce that's bolted. And then the sunflower, like it's starting to form a flower. Some more lettuce here. And he's got some tomato plants, quite a few tomatoes here. And there's a good cluster down here. My little one is pulling the green tomatoes off and eating them. She learned how to pick strawberries for herself, which was really cute, but now she's like, every time she's out here, she pulls green tomatoes off and eats them. They're sour, but she loves them, I guess. And then there's some pepper plants in here, but I think they just got swallowed up by the weeds. There's a pepper plant, but it's really small. And then there's another cherry tomato plant there. I guess there's 2 cherry tomato plants here and then 2 in my garden. And there's something back there. I don't know what kind of tomato that is. I don't know if he bought that separately. There's the fig tree, doing a lot better. Finally growing, lots of new growth, but no fruit yet or signs of fruit. Strawberry bed is donezo for the year. And there's the grapes there. And then this bed, the eggplants are just looking sad. I sprayed them again to try to kill the flea beetles, but I think it's just too far gone. And there's fruit on here, but I don't know. I think I just need to pull them all out and do something else with this area, because those don't look like they're coming back. There's another pepper plant. This one's actually getting a little bit bigger. Some fruit forming. Still don't know what this one is yet. Wait till the fruit come out a little bit more. And there's 2 tomatoes here. These are both cherry tomatoes. There's a ton And there's some ripening ones down there too. I have these big cages. I like these big cages that I made. And then this one is on a spiral stake. You're supposed to wrap the plant around. You can see it's just woven in there. But you're supposed to cut off all but one main branch. But I couldn't cut these branches while they have fruit on them, so it's just kind of laying everywhere. There's garlic here, just starting to fall over. I don't know. Oh yeah, it formed a bulb. It didn't make scapes, so I didn't know what was going on underground. I've grown garlic before and they're huge and beautiful, and this year they just look like that. So we'll see what we get out of there. It's another pepper plant, also very small. Jalapeno, Swiss chard, and then I pulled the other lettuce out. There's the mint bed going crazy. And then this bed, it's a bunch of tomatoes here. This corner here is still empty. I pulled the broccoli rabe out of here. I don't want to put too much more on this bed because it's pretty crowded as it is. But I might put basil here. And I think these are the Juliet tomatoes. There's quite a few tomatoes. And then there's some red ones, nearly red ones down there. And there's a bunch on here too. These plants are doing okay. There's a little bit of yellowing on the leaves on the bottom, but the rest of the plant looks really good. Lots of tomatoes. You can see all the way back there. Big cluster back there. And there. And there. Lots of tomatoes. I've heard good things about these Juliet tomatoes. And it looks like, yep, blossom end rot. Okay, gonna have to deal with that. One looks okay. That one's got it too. Yep, this one's got it. So that's a mineral deficiency. I usually put Epsom salts when I plant the tomatoes, but I don't know if I did this year. I put all of these plants in really quickly, so I'm not sure if I did it on all of them. And on this side, these are all the tomatillos, and they are going gangbusters. There's tons of tomatillos on here. You can see how many there are. And these little fruits, they're this papery husk, and inside the fruit's only that small. You can see there between my finger and my thumb. But they'll grow and fill this whole husk up. Then they usually split out of the bottom. But I love tomatillos, and they grow really nice. I grew one plant before and it was plenty for us. Now I have 4 plants. And then this tomato here, this is the black creme. I put it in several weeks after everything else, so it's still pretty small, but there's one tomato on it. Some more blossoms up there. Okay, and then this last bed, this has this monster tomato that's taller than me. There's a few garlics here, and then dill. And then once I pull the garlic out, I'll have this end of the bed. I can use this for cucumbers maybe. Cucumbers or zucchini. But I don't know if there'll be enough room. Both of those take up quite a bit of space, and this tomato is looking like it is exerting its dominance. There's some more dill. There was a caterpillar on the dill. I don't know if it's still here, but it was a butterfly caterpillar. I think it was a swallowtail. I have to look at the caterpillars to be sure. It was green with yellow spots. And then there's some that are all green. I get them confused. It's either a monarch or a swallowtail. But this is this tomato plant, which is taller than me, and it has some fruit on it. Usually when they grow this big, they don't have as much fruit because all of their energy is going into growing this monster plant, but there is some. So I'm thinking this might be a Roma. It's hard to tell. The Roma and the Juliet have similar shaped tomatoes. But if this is aroma, that would make sense because they're a determinate. So it's just growing crazy, gonna give me a bunch of tomatoes all at once. But yeah, I have to take like 4 steps back to show you the whole thing. And then here's my apple tree. It's not doing so great. Let's see. You can see the leaves are all spotted. And here is the other fig. Oops, let me get out of the shade. Doing good too. You can see this is all new growth that came up from the ground. So this is the old one. And this is all new growth. And here is the hops. So the second hops, it never came up from last year. So just have the one plant. It's a cascade. I asked my husband last night. And it's growing. There's a lot of weeds in here too. But you can see quite a few hop cones. And my husband will use these when he brews beer. Homebrew. So there's quite a few, and it's going all the way up there. I don't know where it's gonna go after that. And there's more back here. So that's overview of the garden. Take you out front and show you I have basil seedlings coming up. Here's my herb garden, my pinwheel got from the Dollar Tree. And down here is my basil seedlings. I have Genovese basil, purple basil, and Thai basil all here together. And then the thyme, sage, oregano, another thyme, a big oregano, thyme, garlic chives, and then my rosemaries are growing bigger. And then back there is tarragon. I got a second tarragon plant I need to put in. And then it's my parsley all going to seed. Anyway, hope you enjoyed a look at my garden for June 2015. Please give the video a thumbs up, and thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.